Good day. I am Zwizzle, and I'm here to take you through a server that is not very talked about, but should be very played. Um, it's a server that's kind of a hidden gem in the EverQuest universe, I think, and we're going to bring you through it. So, let's get started. The server is Wayfarer's Haven. You can get there through wayfarershaven.com. Um, Website is available, and on this you've got some server resources. What you want to start off with is just register your forum account. You're going to be able to create off of this forum account any game accounts that you want to play. And I would recommend making a game account for every character that you want to play, just in case you decide that you want to box in the future. If you're a single boxer, just make a game account for every character that you want to play. Don't make one game account and put a bunch of different characters on it, or make 3 game accounts and put a bunch of different character um, selections on it. Don't make the mistakes that I made. I started with 3 game accounts and tried to mix and match my characters, ended up having to re-roll everything. So take my advice, make a game account for every character. Once you do that, I'm going to let you figure that out on your own. You're all adults, you can figure this out. We've all played EverQuest before. So once you're on the server resources page, you can go to the rules and setup. This is your must read, obviously. It's going to give you the rules of the server and the setup of the server. It's going to tell you how to set it up. It takes about 10-15 minutes to set up from start to finish. So if you're looking for a quick fix on your EverQuest addiction, this is it. So hop on here, make your forum account, make a game account, read your rules, and set up your client. Once that's all done, you're ready to log in. So through your game account, you log in, and you'll be met with the Legend server or the test server, which is the dev Wayfarer's Haven dev server down there that's locked. That'll open up every now and then for people to test out different patches that are coming out, and things that the server is trying to do. So keep an eye on that, but otherwise you're going to go into the Legend server, which is up. So let's go ahead and log in. The overview for today, we're going to just take you through the level tutorial, bring you in, show you what Wayfarer's Haven has to offer, and bring you around the town a little bit. The world of Norath, if you will. So here we are, character select. Everybody's familiar with this page. Let's create a character. Have a bunch of different races available to you. Doesn't really matter what race you pick if you're trying to min-max, as opposed to different servers that you kind of need to be a certain race to really get the best out of your character. You can do whatever you want here. It really, at the end of the game, the AAs, the stat boosts, everything else kind of levels you out, whether you're an ogre or a gnome. So I think that's kind of fun, and offers a little bit more excitement in what you kind of want to pick. So pick the race that you want to pick. Everything up through Froglocks, Vashir, and we're going to pick up Froglock. A little guy here. Change his appearance because I don't like the green, even though it's a frog color. All right. Name your character and pick your class. We're going to go... Let's go Necromancer on this. I haven't played a Necromancer yet. The deity is going to be Inaruk. You can't really change that when you're a necromancer, and the city is going to be Mountains of Wrath. But we are turning on the tutorial for this just to show you the kind of overview of the server, give you a little bit of a taste for it, understand the dynamics of the server before you get into the actual world. So if you don't want to select the tutorial, just click that off and you'll enter the regular world at level 1. But again, for now, we're just going to enter the tutorial and see what this world has to offer in Wayfarer's Haven. Alright, here we are. You're going to be met with a required setting up your UI. It's not going to look like this. It's going to be a mishmash of all these windows in different areas. And what you want to do is just kind of set it up to your liking. Right now, I've got everything kind of set up over to the right. My target window is up at the top right. My group window, my effects and my actions bar, which is down here, is off to the right. All right. So once you get everything set up to your liking, you're going to be met with your quest journal and a little, hey, this is what you want to do next kind of window. Join the revolution. So one of your quests is to rally with Ratiz. That's on this little, hey, let's do this window. And basic training is also on there. So those are the two that we're going to tackle today. We're going to start with rally, just because it's one task and I don't want to get crazy right off the bat. Zoom out with your mouse wheel. Get into third person if you want. Zoom in with your mouse wheel. Get into first person if you want. And here we go. Open your quest window with Alt-Q. And we need to speak with Guard Ratiz. So let's find him. There he is right here. Hail him with H. Again, we've all played EverQuest, and if you're new to this, hopefully these little tips will help you. But bear with me as I kind of go through the basics. All right, he's got a couple tasks for us. Clearing the vermins and arachnida. So we're going to select the clearing the vermins and say accept. Get a little request timer. So we have 5 seconds before we can request another task. So if he has multiple tasks, you have to wait a couple seconds. So let's go back to him. Let's accept that. I'm not sure if we're going to do it, but let's just accept it for now. We're going to stick to basic training. And let's add clearing the vermin nests to our list. Just for the heck of it. All right. So, Alt-Q, open up our quests. Basic training. Hail Arius and learn about the fine path. All right, we're going to do this pretty quick. If you want to go through the tutorial, I suggest doing it if you're not familiar with the game or if you're not familiar with the server. It's going to give you some really good insights onto what you want to do, how you want to communicate, all the different pieces of the game that are really basic. Fine path is the first thing, and that's not available on all servers. So I would suggest going through the tutorial just to understand what's going on this server. But like I said, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. Find is in the actions menu down here. Find. And we are looking for... Oh, you can also get your... on the window selector at the top here, you can open your quest journal. All right. So he wants us to find Absor. Absor is right here. It's going to give you a path. You can go on to the next thing. Soar's over here. Hail him. Give him your weapon. He's going to fix it up a little bit for you. Re-equip it. Alt Q. Hail Valara and learn about armor. Back over here. So this little text down here in the bottom, you see it's like pinkish, purplish. That means it's something that's a trigger word for the NPC. You can click it or you could say that word. In this one, she says, check your quest window for next steps. Zanadia, learn about maps. Maps are available on this server. Bring it up using the M. She's looking for mushrooms. So we're looking for mushrooms on the map. We zoom in here. So if you zoom out a little bit, you have height filters. If you're not familiar with maps, this kind of limits everything that's on your level. Makes it a little easier to read in certain areas and certain maps that you're in. But right now we're looking for glooming deep mushrooms, which are down here in the southwest corner of this circle. So we're gonna go look southwest. You got a little compass here. You got some mushrooms hanging out. Grab a mushroom. And we're gonna head back over to her and give her that mushroom. Stage complete. Hail Rytan and learn about spells. This will be good as a necromancer. Maybe he'll give us something fun. We've got the text down here. Say blessed. We get a spell. Your spell book is over here on your spell bar. I've got it on the left hand side of my screen over here. The book on the very bottom, if you click on that, it'll open up your spell book. You can scribe your spells. You've already scribed Siphon Strength. He gave us a spell that we already had. All right. Thank you very much, Rytan. To memorize your spells, you take them from this, put them into your gem slots. Takes a couple seconds down here, the pink progress bar. So we're going to memorize both of those. We likely have half a dozen spells that we need to get, but I wouldn't recommend getting everything. The experience moves pretty quickly. You're not going to need all of your level 1 spells for very long. You're not going to need all of your level 4 spells for very long. So pick and choose what you need to get through the next 4 or 5 levels. All right. We've memorized all of those. We need to go to Prathun and learn about communication. Prathun. All right. Hail him. Forming groups. Talks about grouping. Say, tell, group say. Shout and out of character. So shout and out of character in this server. Shout is not server. It is zone specific. So if you're in a very specific zone and there's 4 or 5 people in there, you can do a camp check and shout that information. Out of character is server wide. So if you go into a zone and you see 4 or 5 characters and you OC camp check, everybody on the server is going to tell you what camp they're at. So I don't suggest that. Make sure that you use out of character for very specific circumstances when you need the help of the entirety of the server. Not a huge server, but yeah, use OOC sparingly. Don't crowd it. You know, use shout, use says, use tells to get your messages across. Auction is also server wide. and there is a bazaar. We'll get into that a little bit later. All right. This is just telling you about joining just different chats. You can add chat windows. If you right click on the windows down here, you can add a window, new chat window, and it'll pop up another chat window for you to customize what you want in that chat window. I keep this bottom right one as my filters are tells and groups go into that. So more of my specific conversations go into that. But set it up however you feel comfortable. A lot of variety that this allows. All right. Alt Q, where were we at? Hail Basher Alga. All right, before we do this, I just want to show you there's these optional quest pieces down here. If you want to learn about trade skills, merchants, banking, achievements, blah, 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 do these optional pieces before you finish off this last piece. Once you finish off this last piece, it's going to finish the quest and you're going to be done with it. You can't, I mean, you can still learn about this stuff, but it won't take you through it with the hand holding that the tutorial takes you through it. So if you're taking advantage of the tutorial, take advantage of the full tutorial, do all the optional stuff too. It doesn't take too long. But for now, we're going to go talk to Basher. And she talks about hotbars. That's down here. These hotbars are on the right-hand side of my screen on the very bottom left. You're going to start out with a couple. One of them is your main hotbar. This right here is the main hotbar. See, it has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the numbers on your keyboard, obviously. So this is going to be the hotbar that you can manipulate to put your hotkeys in the right position for your fingers. Whatever makes the most sense for you. And that is complete. So we'll see basic training. The last step we have is to hail Arius and let them know we've completed the training. So I was wrong. Alga's not the last step. Arius is. So you've got a little bit of a cushion there if you end up doing the hotbars first. Anyway, we're going to go on to Arius. And we're done. We've gained a level down here. We've gained a level. Welcome to level 2. So we're a little bit stronger. This tells us how to inspect items and loot items, which again should be pretty self-explanatory. I opens your inventory, and this is where we just got an item, the Kobold Skull Charm. So I'm going to click on that. You can bring it into the center section, or you can bring it into the charm slot, whichever will equip it to your next slot. Okay, we've finished the basic training. Now we're going to clear the vermin nests. And that's going to take us just a couple minutes. So let's go down here. White con means that it's an even level. If you hit C when you've targeted a character, it'll tell you the consideration of that fight. So this one regards me indifferently, so it's not going to fight me out of its own desires, I guess. It looks like an even fight, so we could win this, we could lose this. So we're going to life tap it if we can. That takes away some life from them, gives it to us. This is not the way that you want to fight as a necromancer, but, you know, it's EverQuest. This is how you have to start. All right. Excellent. So we got some bone chips. So the tutorial zones give you the materials to summon your pets, which is really nice. So you'll get malachite and you'll get bone chips, and that'll come from any mob in here, which is really helpful. So the cave bat is blue. That means it's a little below me. Should have no problem with this fight. Excellent. 2 things down. Move on. Getting a little crazy here and just going into a fight with no health. See how I survive. Or if I survive. Now look. Oh! Barely made it. Barely made it, but I gained a level. Oh, and this other rat is fighting me. And I'm going to die to this other rat. So, some of the creatures in this game will be social. So if you're fighting something of their kind, they will attack you. Again, we're playing EverQuest. You're probably familiar with this, but just so you know, that was the mistake I made. As a level 3, I don't lose any experience yet. That doesn't happen until level 10. I don't have to loot my corpse. That doesn't happen until level 10. So my corpse will be here. I can loot it, but nothing will be on it. And then I'm going to kill this rat because now I have full health and I didn't memorize my spells. Mistakes have been made, you know? These things happen. But hopefully my dagger skills are enough to kill this cave rat and I'll be able to memorize my spells. I'm going to show you a little trick too on this server. Because we're in the expansion we're in, there's some quality of life enhancements that have made it to the server. One of them is you can right click on these spell slots and you can select your spells that way. So I can pick my life tap. It's going to memorize my life tap. I can go to this. My power tap is Siphon Strength. I'm going to pick that too. I'm going to memorize that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to right click on my book. I'm going to save that spell set as my main spell set. So that means when I die again, because I will die again, and these things disappear like they just did, I can come here, I can right click my book, I can load the spell set main, and it'll go through and it'll just memorize the spells that I had loaded on my main spell set. So adjust this as you need. You can save a few of these different spell sets. So I have, you know, different ones based on my casters and needs of raid or group or soloing. You can name them as such, and that way you can pick them easily, get back into the game quickly. All right, back to it. I'm going to kill a vermin nest here. Let's see where we are with the quest. So we've killed 3 of 8 rats, 1 of 4 bats, 1 of 4 nests. You can loot the nest and kill another rat. So you can click on your spells. You can use the hotkey. I've got it on 3 right now. So if I click 3, it just casts it. If you're a bard, this is really helpful. You can create macros down here in the actions menu. Pull that up here. You've got a socials page. If you click on that and you go to the second page, you've got all these blank spaces. And you can create custom socials. So a social that I create a lot is assist. Another one is follow, following the group leader. Anything you can really think of, you can create a macro for. So it's a really fun. Whoa. 3 bone chips on this guy. That was a very lucrative rat. All right, let's look around for some more nests. All right, there's no nests in here, but what I do notice is there's a bunch of barrels. And you can open these. Oh, Rufus. There's a named. I gotta run because I can't fight this guy. I'm not going to make it. There's a named rat. Interesting. I feel bad that I had a guard kill that because it probably had something cool on it. I'm going to sit for a second now. And recover some hit points. Yeah, so I was talking about barrels. Actually, we can head back down there because I'm not going to get attacked by anything. There's not another, shouldn't be another named up. But barrels are something that you can get loot from. You can go in different zones, have barrels or boxes that you can open. So you slash open, and that's going to break the barrel down. And this one had a bow on it. So I'm going to put that. Oh, I'm a necromancer. I can't use a bow. What am I doing? All right. I'll sell that. Anyway, there's 2 more barrels in here, so I'm going to open them all. Nothing in that barrel. And some water in this barrel. All right, so not the most lucrative barrels, but hey, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm going to look around here for some more nests. See if there's anything close by. Oh, there's another barrel. And you can find these barrels because they're targetable. And if you bind your target next to tab, you can tab through different NPCs. So I'm tabbing right now, and that's in the options menu. Your keys. But tab will take you through any target. Oh, there's a pile of bones over here. So tab will take you through any target that's not a player character. So pile of bones is something else that you can open. And there was just money on the pile of bones. Let's hop in here a little bit. This stuff is a little higher level than I am, so I'm not gonna try my luck in there. I'm gonna go back, and we're going to wait and see if we can get some more nests to spawn. My assumption is that they spawn. Oh, there we go. That they spawn where those barrels were. There might be some nests that spawn there. It might be like a kind of a placeholder situation. Couple nests though. Let's see where we're at in the quest. All right, 4 rats, 1 bat. I need 4 bats. All right, let me kill this bat over here. Hope this other bat doesn't catch on and attack me. The bat is pretty easy, and it goes down. Kill this other bat, and we should be at 3 of 4 bats. 4 of 8 rats, and 2 of 4 nests after this kill. All right, 4 rats, 3 bats, 2 nests. That's exactly where we expected to be. And we can move on. There's another bat. Let's finish off our bat quota. These can be a little tricky to get, so let's get them while we can. He's got some wings. He's got a body. Let's kill this rat here. Check our quest. 4. All right, we've got 4 rats to kill and 2 nests to kill. Try to get this done quickly so So we can get you into the world and get you into this server. All right, that is our rat quota. Nope, we've got one more rat. I'm all over the place. All right, one more rat to kill. Well, barrels have respawned, so let's open these barrels again. Because again, I think these are nest placed holders. Yep, there's one over there. Just a lot of money. So there's a nest. So this was where the other barrel was, but now it's a nest. So clear out the barrels, clear out the nests. You'll eventually get your quest done. I've got one left of each, so I'm going to kill this cave rat here. Eventually. I will kill it eventually. Okay, task stage has completed. Get another bone chip. This is going to be good. Check in here one more time for nests. I don't see any nests. Come out here. There it is. Beautiful. Get our nests done. Task stage complete. All right. So we need to speak with Valara in the Slave Revolt camp. Or optionally speak to Widjan and sell your loot. I am going to do that first. So I'm going to go back up here. You can open your inventory again with I. See what you've got. I have my bags bound to N, so I can open my bags really quickly. All right, right click on him, and we can start selling our loot. If you shift and sell, it'll sell the whole stack. Not gonna sell my bone chips because I need those. Ooh, a platinum for this bow. Ooh, I made out like a bandit. I got like 2 platinum on me. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to finish this quest off. So let's go speak with Valara. Hail her with H. And we got something. All right. Got some pants. Again, select here to drop it into your auto equip or put it right into your leg slot. Excellent. All right. We are just almost level 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to find my spell. So over here, across this bridge here to the west is all of your spell vendors. So I'm going to find the Necromancer spell vendor, click on him, and I'm going to take you away for a second to show you one of the resources that the server offers. So the website, again, wayfarershaven.com, has these server resources over here in this little tab. Click on this and you've got Magillo, Alaclone, and Bazaar. We're going to go to Alaclone right now. And that right now is going to bring us to an area where you can look up different items in the server. Items, spells, faction, recipes, all these things are in a clone. If you've used Alakazam before, you'd be familiar with this format. So go to the spell search. We're going to go to Necromancer. I'm going to select level 1 only. You can do higher or lower, but we're going to do only. And find our pet spell, which is Cavorting Bones. Look down here, see if there's anything else worth buying. Nothing that is going to change our life, so I'm going to leave the rest of that. And we're going to head back over to the server. And we're going to buy Cavorting Bones from this vendor. There it is. 5 silver. All right. Now open up our book, memorize or scribe it, memorize it. We have fine bone chips so we can cast it. So we're going to go over here. We're going to cast it if we can. There we go. We have our first pet. Venarn. All right. Let's go down here. Let's get our last little bit of experience. Let our pet do the work. Tab. Attack. Let the pet go in there. Cast your spells from a distance. And this is how a Necromancer works. Obviously, they'll get damage over time. There we go. Level 4. Congratulations. Like I said before, this is the Malachite. This is for mages, mage pet summons. But we can sell it. So I'm going to go back up here, go over to this guy, sell those last little bits of things that I got. All right. All right, we are done with the tutorial. We're not done with the tutorial in the sense that, you know, we've finished everything. We're done with the tutorial in this video. Again, I recommend going through this whole tutorial if you're not familiar with the server, if you really want to get a grasp on how this server works, go through the whole tutorial. But for now, we're going to go back and we're going to enter the real world. So if you look over here to the north, you'll see these waterfalls. Behind this waterfall here to the northeast is a little cave. We're going to head over to that. And on the way, I'm going to stop at my Necromancer spell pet. I am going to go to the website. Go to level 4 only. Check the spells. See if I get a new one. Leering Corpse. See if that's available to me here. There it is. Buy that. Let's see here. Let's buy Clinging Darkness as well. And I'm doing this. And Gate. Oof, almost missed Gate. Gotta get Gate. Gate's important. Okay. We'll get those 3. Move on to this little exit. And this will bring us to our starting city. As a frog lock, that's going to be the Mountains of Wrath. And here we are. Don't need to do much here. This is where you'll be kind of your home base. At level 5, you get a alternate advancement. So if you hit V, as in Victor, it'll open up your alternate advancement window. And in the general section, down at the bottom, is Origin. And you want to get this at level 5. That'll bring you back to your main city It's like an automatic gate back to your main city. But for right now, we're heading to the Plane of Knowledge. So open up your map, see your Plane of Knowledge book, see your character down here, and I'm heading in that direction. Plane of Knowledge, for folks that aren't familiar with it or haven't been here in a long time, is your hub for travel. Druids are not really a huge commodity here. They're still really useful, but it's not the only way to travel. The way to travel is really through the Plane of Knowledge, the tomes of different cities. So this one right here is the Gupta tome. That'll bring you back where I just came from, Mountains of Wrath. Over here is Rivervale. That'll take you to Rivervale, obviously. And if you open up the map, you'll see this is very cluttered, but around the edges you see these red names. These are all of the different places that you can go to via these stones, the travel stones. So very useful, makes traveling a lot easier. Right now we're going to head to the center of the city, and we're going to get ourselves bound. Which I highly recommend. I recommend getting bound in Plane of Knowledge so that when you die, you're transported back here and you can get to wherever you came from pretty easily. This is where everybody kind of hangs out as well. This is the large bank right here that I'm driving by. Got a few people hanging out there. Most people hang out in the guild hall these days, and I will show you that after I bind myself, because that is a nice place to get buffs. It's a nice place to get set up and kind of reset yourself for an adventure. When you're in the Plane of Knowledge, Guild Hall, or Plane of Tranquility, you don't lose your buffs. So they stay, if you have 3 hours and 59 minutes on a buff, it stays at 3 hours and 59 minutes until you leave the Plane of Tranquility, the Plane of Knowledge, and go into one of those main zones for experience. So while you can AFK in here and you don't risk losing your buffs, which is really nice. But we are going to bind our soul. So go to Soulbinder Jira, hail her. Little pink text comes up, bind your soul, and here we are. Now whenever I die, I'll pop up right next to Soulbinder Jira here. All right, let's show you the guild hall. Oh, let me memorize these spells real quick. Replace Cavorting Bones with Leering Corpse. Clinging Darkness is a snare, so I'm going to put that on my bar. And then Gate. Gate is I don't need it right now, so I'm not going to memorize that. And there we go. All those new spells are memorized. Run by the small bank. So this is where everybody used to kind of converge before the guild hall was available. You could get all your buffs in here in the small bank. But nobody hangs out here anymore. Clearly. Probably not a lot of people hanging out in general, doing this at kind of an odd hour, but we'll see if there's anybody in the guild hall. And this is it right here. So click on this door and you're in the guild lobby. And within the guild lobby, you'll find the people that are kind of hanging out, waiting to do things. All right, there's some players over here. Yep. Yeah, we got a couple people in here hanging out right now. Look at that. All right. So sometimes if you ask different people for buffs, you can get them in here. When there's more people in here, obviously, it's a lot easier to get buffs, help with different things. And if you're in a guild, and this is a great time, a great segue right here, this guild right here, Train. This is the guild that you want to join as a newbie. They're going to help you level up. They're going to help you get gear and keep you apprised to anything that's happening on the server. It's a good guild to get into, so I highly recommend getting it to Train right off the bat. No raid requirements, no raid. They don't do raiding in general. They just to help you start on the server. So get yourself into Train. Anybody can invite you. That's in Train, so ask somebody and create that community. And that's it. That's the guild lobby. Once you're in a guild, this door right here leads to the guild hall, which has a little transporter in it to help you get to different areas of the zones. Again, more quality of life that's come through expansions. So the expansion that we're currently on is the Dragons of Norath expansion, which is the 9th expansion that came out for EverQuest. There are plans to continue on. Depths of Dark Hollow is in production right now. They're doing testing on that. I know that they're working on that, so plan on that coming. Obviously not in September of 2005, but that's coming to our server soon. So keep your eyes out, and we'll see if that becomes something that's available soon. We're going to head over to the bazaar now. Another feature of this server, you don't have to sit in the East Common Lands and auction all day. You can set up a trader in the bazaar, and that trader can help you sell things. It can, help the server provide resources, whatever you might want to do. So that over here, same kind of door as the other one, but this one is to the east of the south part of the zone. And yeah, we're going to click into the bazaar. So the bazaar has a cool resource as well that is available on the website. So we're going to hop back over to the website real quick, and we are going to show you the bazaar. So back here on the Wayfarer's Haven website, server resources, bazaar. You can click on the bazaar. You can search for anything that you're looking for on the bazaar. So it's a nice little place to go to find items that you might want that are on the server without having to click through each seller that's on the server. So you can search for different items based on a variety of different protocols, I guess is the best way to say it. I don't know. Protocols is not a great word. But you can select class, you can select race, what slot type, any of that stuff, and then you can search for an item on here. So let's search for something. Boots of flowing slime are available. So I searched for flowing. Honestly, I was looking for the flowing black silk sash, but the boots of flowing time showed up, and they are on LA Mule. So let's just hop back over to the server. Let's go find LA Mule. Let's see if we can find this item. All right, those two people right there. No, not over here. Let's see. So the bazaar's not huge. Oh, I got stuck. Bazaar's not huge, so it doesn't take a long time to find your way. There it is, Trader L.A. Mule. So we're looking for the Bloots of Flowing Slime. There they are, 21,000 plat. I don't have that right now, so I'm going to select done, and we're going to move on. I am a necromancer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my pet away, get the new pet, the level 4 pet. And what I do know exists on this server is there's a vendor over here. Way back here, this young lady sitting by herself. Pet stuff. So if you go to her, click off show only items I can use, because these are items that only your pet can use. So right now it's limited items that she's selling. But if you select that, you'll see that this opens up the onslaught of items that are available to your pet. What I suggest getting if you're a pet class is the belt. What that offers is 650 hit points, some strength, stamina, agility, and dexterity. And there's a muzzle. Gives you 11% haste on your pet. So get that. And for low-level pets, the Hands of Ixablat. And that'll give you some really increased DPS on your pet. So let's get my pet over here. Let's open up my inventory. And I'm just going to give these items to my pet. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see. Give them to my pet. And the hands will light up his hands in red. Look at that. So now you know he's equipped and he's ready to go out and fight. All right. So we're going to hop back out into the plane of knowledge. And out here, we're going to show you the last couple bits of information. So we're going to hop back over to the website. And the last piece of information on the website is the Magillo. So in server resources, Haven Magillo. Click on that. It's going to give you a same kind of look as the Bazaar did, but up here in the name, you can type in any name of any character. So to see where we're at, I'm going to type in Swizzle. And there it is. He's a level 4 necromancer, 119 hit points. If you click on him, it gives you some more information. Over on the left-hand side, you can look at the AAs, leadership flags, faction, different things here to review your character. If you wanted to look at a character that maybe you've seen on the server and you're like, ooh, I want to get the equipment that they have, I want to get the gear that they have, you can look up that character and look up their gear and kind of give yourself a best in slot list. Back to the server. The last little bit of information that's really helpful is hot zones. So at level 4, where are we going to go next to level? Type in pound hot zones in the chat. And that's going to give you the current hot zones. So every 10 days, these hot zones change. So right now we're in day 12 of the month. So days 11 through 20 are lit up. So these are your hot zones. So we're level 4, so we can go to the Commons, go to Upper Guck, Oasis, and the Warrens are going to give us the best experience for our time. Another quality of life thing on this server makes this experience go faster because a lot of the server is built around the end game. A lot of the guilds are at end game. Most of the characters that are working at lower levels are alts. But it's really nice to get new blood on the server. People are really always excited to help out new players. On every Sunday, excluding Super Bowl Sunday and periodic Sundays here and there, but very frequently on Sundays there's a event called Copper Mart, where you can go as a low-level character, bring one toon, and you can get legitimate gear for 1 copper on a vendor. They light up for about an hour every Sunday, and every now and then there are some giveaways and handouts in addition to the gear. So it's a really cool way to get yourself grounded and get going on the server. But that is the overview of Wayfarer's Haven. I really hope to see you here, and I appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and leave me a comment if you have any questions. If you want to connect in game, leave me a comment, and we'll set something up. Thank you so much. Take care.